In the small, densely populated village of Ayamkudi, a 22-year-old man named Abhiram possessed extraordinary powers. Known for his wisdom and kind heart, he would walk through the village daily, listening to the villagers' troubles and offering thoughtful advice. One evening, as Abhiram strolled, he encountered Madhusodhanan Pillai, the wealthiest man in the village. To his surprise, Pillai was in tears. Seeing his distress, Abhiram immediately approached him. "What is troubling you, Mr. Pillai?" he asked. Through his sobs, Pillai explained, "My daughter is gravely ill. No doctor can determine what's wrong, and no amount of money can help her. Despite my wealth, I feel helpless." Abhiram listened carefully, sensing there was more to the story. He knew Pillai had a history of greed, using his wealth to exploit the poor, seizing their land and causing immense suffering. Yet now, in his time of need, even his wealth couldn't help his daughter. With a gentle voice, Abhiram spoke, "Mr. Pillai, your daughter's illness is not just a physical ailment. It is a consequence of the harm you've caused to the poor. Your greed has brought suffering to others and now to you." Pillai was taken aback by these words. For the first time, he realized that his actions had consequences beyond wealth. Despite his riches, he could not cure his daughter. Abhiram continued, "You can find peace and a cure for your daughter only by showing kindness to those you've wronged. Help the poor and undo the damage you've caused." Overcome with guilt, Pillai began to understand the error of his ways. For the first time, he saw beyond his selfish desires. He looked at Abhiram and, with deep sincerity, said, "I have been blind to my greed. I promise I will never be selfish again. From this day forward, I will use my wealth to help the poor and right my wrongs." Abhiram smiled, knowing that Pillai had truly grasped the lesson. Miraculously, as if by divine intervention, Pillai's daughter began to recover. Her illness, once a mystery, faded as her father's heart transformed. The villagers also noticed the change in Pillai. He kept his promise, returning land to those he had wronged, offering financial support, and ensuring they no longer suffered under his hand. With time, Ayamkudi flourished. The villagers, free from fear and hardship, prospered, and Pillai's wealth became a tool for positive change. His wealth, once a source of misery, now fostered kindness and peace. As the village thrived, Abhiram knew his mission was complete. He had shown Pillai the way of kindness, and in doing so, brought harmony to the community. With a final glance at the thriving village, Abhiram, more than just a man, he was a king sent to relieve suffering, flew back to his world, knowing he had fulfilled his purpose.